Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I have got a beauty of a sneak peek for you this week. This is Coast to Coast by Dakota Daetwiler, and Diamond Art Club is releasing this tomorrow, Saturday the 14th of February, which is also Valentine's Day, and I find that very fitting because to me this kind of imagery is just, it's very romantic. This picture looks like a great companion piece for the one by this artist. Now, what was it called? Seaside Daisies or something along those lines, that came out in the mystery boxes that we got on Cyber Monday. And I have that kit after doing some swaps. And yeah, I just think they would look beautiful together. Anyway, this is a square diamond painting and it is in the big and beastie category. It is 97.8 by 64.5 centimeters. So it's not quite as tall as a lot of these kits may be. But yeah, landscapes. They're often big and beastie, aren't they? Because they have a lot of detail, and that's why us landscape lovers enjoy them. So on the side here, you can see it has 76 colours, which includes 3 Aurora Borealis drills and 3 fairy dust diamonds. And it's got almost 102,000 drills. So as I said, this one's going to be coming out tomorrow. So the release times are going to be the usual Saturday release times, which means if you qualify for early access, which is if you're a Diamond or Ruby member of Diamond Art Club's rewards tier structure, you will be able to purchase from 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time. I do apologise if you hear any rattling in the background. My cat is chasing a ball around. He's almost 9, is Xander, and he's discovered a bit of a fascination with these little rubber balls, and he's chasing them around like a kitten. Anyway, so if you hear any rattling, I'm afraid that's what it is. Where was I? Okay, so early access times I've covered. And if you're waiting for general release, it's half an hour later. So that's going to be 9:30 AM Pacific time, 12:30 PM Eastern time, or 5:30 PM UK time. And as ever, if you're in a different time zone and none of those quite make sense for you, if you plug one of those into Google and ask it to tell you, it will tell you what that is in your time zone. Okay, let's get stuck into this beauty. Honestly, he's so rattly in the background. I really hope that you can't actually hear it in the microphone. So Diamond Art Club sends their kits these days with this sleeve on top of the box. So you've got a kind of generic square box, and then this sleeve is going to contain all of the kit specific information, including having part of the image wrapped around it, which I really enjoy. So if you're storing this and you've got so many diamond paintings like me and you want to know how you're going to be able to tell what's what in your storage, as well as having the artwork, you're going to have an image here, there is an image on the side, and then what they've been doing since switching to these generic boxes is just putting a sticker on the bottom. So you've still got images of the artwork in all different sides of the box. Couldn't think of the word for a moment there. So whatever way you store it, you're going to be able to see what kit is what. Okay. Inside the box, you will find this sturdy tray, which contains all of your goodies. So your kit is well protected from the elements as it travels to you. You've got many layers of protection here. Your diamond painting is going to come in this branded dust cover bag, but don't forget the other bits and bobs in the box. We have a toolkit and also this little pouch here, and I'm going to take you through all of those now. So first up, this is the standard Diamond Art Club toolkit that we're receiving these days. This is going to be the same toolkit for almost anything you purchase from Diamond Art Club, the exception being if it's a particularly small kit or one of those small projects, and then you're going to get a smaller tray. But this is what you're going to get in the majority of the kits you will buy from Diamond Art Club. It does list all the contents, but I'm just going to go straight in to show you. Okay, So first of all, you have a roll of baggies, always useful to have. Some people use them for kitting up or kitting down. Personally, what I'm mainly using for them at the moment is I'm a big fan of those round bottle storage cases that usually have 60 bottles to a layer. A lot of kits have just like a smidge over that, you know, they maybe have 63 or 4 colours or whatever it might be. And then I tend to just use baggies for the leftovers so it all fits in one case. Anyways, there's plenty of uses for them if that doesn't help you. And then you have your pen. So this is what Diamond Art Club refers to as a twist and pick applicator pen. So it's got a nice ergonomic feel to it. It is of course branded as well. On this end you've got a 4-placer, and that's just a standard push-in end, so any push-in places that you have should work there if you prefer something different. And then at this end, if you remove the lid, you will see the bit that gives it the name Twist and Pick Applicator. So this is going to be your single placer. You'll see it's filled with a substance. This is the clear wax that Diamond Art Club now sends to us. And what you do is you just twist it, and at a certain point you will find this one's not very full, so it's having to be twisted quite a bit. But eventually you will find that wax twists out of the end there, and then you're all good to go. And this is perfect, particularly when dealing with things like special drills that maybe want to cling on to the wax and drag it out of a standard pen. That's not going to happen here because the wax is all back here in this cartridge. It isn't single use though. You can unscrew it the other way and then refill it once you've used it all up. Or indeed, if you just have a preferred wax or putty or anything like that that you really want to be using in this pen, you can unscrew it, scrape out the Diamond Art Club wax and refill it with your own adhesive of choice. And then we have the tray. So these are probably my favourite addition to the toolkits from when we had the last upgrade, because this is a really good size tray for a kind of, you know, a free included in your kit toolkit tray. It's the perfect size for me. In fact, this is exactly the kind of size that I tend to use. It's got a lid which slides off like so. Oh, it's a bit snug, but then you don't want it to be too loose or it'll fall off. Then there's a stopper that comes out once the lid is off, and inside here you will find stored some replacement wax. So don't worry if, like mine, your pen comes with not so much wax in it, because you've got plenty more to add here. You also have a plate of Diamond Art Club's original pink wax in case you prefer that. And you also have a 7-placer in case you prefer that for your pen end. And if I just move those bits out of the way, you can see you've got a really good amount of space here for lining up your drills. So that is the toolkit. Next up, this pouch contains all sorts of useful information, so make sure you don't skip it. If you turn it over, you can open it by pulling these tabs together. And inside you will find a Treasure Quest card. I have a silver card here. That's always exciting. I'll explain why in a moment. Then you have your sticky labels. We're going to get to that too. But first off, don't forget to check out all of this useful information on the inside of the packaging, particularly if you are newer to diamond painting. Some of this covers things a lot of us are, you know, old hats with. Is that the expression? I'm not sure. Old hands. But there's always useful bits to pick up from these sorts of things anyway. So you've got tips and tricks for your project. You've got how to use and refill that pen, how to diamond paint if you really are new to this, kit contents down here. Then over here you have a QR code for the Facebook group that Diamond Art Club runs. If you are a Facebook user, I recommend this group. It's a really great resource if you like to buy from Diamond Art Club, because it's often the first place I'll see new releases if things get shared in there. You see people sharing images of things they've worked on, and you know, sometimes you didn't know you really needed a kit until you saw a picture of it done right. You need to have made a purchase directly from Diamond Art Club to join. They will vet your Facebook name against a name on an account. So if there are any mismatches there, I know not everyone has their real name on their Facebook account. You might need to drop a message to customer services. And then over here, you have got save 20% off your first app purchase. So Diamond Art Club has an app and you may decide to purchase on there or the website. And this is going to be 20% off the first time you use the app. Very important to note that there are always discounts available when purchasing from Diamond Art Club. They have several different codes throughout the year. At the moment, at the time that I'm filming this, I believe they have a Valentine's code that's good. They do other special events like Black Friday. But there are always, even if there's nothing special going on, there is an evergreen code that you can use. So that's another good reason to join the Facebook group, because you'll find that in there. And just on the off chance that you're watching this and you've never purchased from Diamond Art Club before and you would like to support my channel by using my affiliate codes, they are in the description box down below. So I have CAT20 there that will give you 20% off your first ever order. And I have CAT10, which will give you $10 US off, or the equivalent in your local currency. So just, you know, do the maths, figure out which one of those is better for you. But yeah, no obligation whatsoever. Feel free to use other codes, but make sure you use codes. You really never need to pay full price. I cannot stress that enough. Okay. Next up, here is the Treasure Quest card. Always difficult to capture well in the camera because of the pretty holographic nature of it. And I mentioned that this is a silver card. The purpose of that is about to become clear. If I turn it over, you'll see again the silver backing. It says there, silver. So most cards that you're going to get in kits are going to be bronze. If you're a bit luckier, you might get a silver card like I have done. Some extra lucky people will get a gold card, and the luckiest few amongst us will get a black card. So that's kind of the order of rarity that they go in. The purpose of that is not just for fun collectability, although that is there. It's also for claiming rewards. So at the bottom here, you may just see a website address, diamondartclub.com/redeem. If you go to that website, it will tell you what combinations of cards you need to collect in order to claim rewards. And the rewards are things like nice, tasty gift cards or even a custom kit. Yes, you can get a custom diamond painting from Diamond Art Club through this rewards scheme. I actually managed to claim one recently. I have a video on it. If you are interested, go check it out. It's from a couple of weeks ago because I'm so excited about that kit. So once you've got enough cards, what you'll do is on that website, there will be a place for you to enter the codes. The codes will be found under these panels. So you'll scratch off these panels on all of the cards, enter the codes on the website, and you're good to go. So yeah, these are fun collectible trading cards, but also they give you this brilliant chance of really generous rewards. So that is that. And then the other thing in this pouch was the sticky label sheet. So you've got individually cut stickers here, perfect for your logbook if you keep one like I now do. After saying that for years and not getting around to it, I've actually set up a logbook this year. And on the back you have a picture of the image. Isn't that the most beautiful, tranquil location? I don't know if this is based on a real place. I would love to know. If you know that, if you're, you know, even more of a fan of Dakota's artwork than I am, and you know the in-depth background to this, then do pop it in the comments because I'm sure others will be interested as well. But even if this is entirely made up, it's still just beautiful. I do love her landscapes. They're kind of probably more my cup of tea than some of her other artwork, but she has such range and depth to her artwork that I feel like there are different styles that a lot of us could gravitate towards. And then again, you have an individual sticker here with the details of the kit. And on the inside, you have got sticky labels for your storage pots, because the last thing you want to do is have to make 76 labels of your own to label all of your colours. At the end here, you've got those special drills I mentioned. So you've got 3 ABs here. ABs, just in case you're not aware, have a glitzy coating on them. They're used for accents. And then the 3 with a Z in front of them are fairy dust drills. And they have a subtle glittery coating. They are much less in your face compared to ABs. And they also add accents, but also kind of texture to a painting. And yeah, we'll have a look at how they're used in the painting later. Gorgeous colour palette too, isn't it? Right, let's get into the painting. As ever, because this is a big and beastly painting, I'm not going to be able to show you it all at once, but I will do my best to move it around and show you it all during the course of this video. So, inside the branded dust cover bag, you will find the gorgeously, strokeably smooth tarpaulin canvas. I always say that as a bit of a joke, but actually I do genuinely appreciate the luxurious feel of Diamond Art Club canvases. It really does just feel like a premium canvas, and it behaves like it as well, because it has exactly the right kind of weight to it, you know. It's not flimsy, but it's not too stiff, so it's nice and easy to move around, particularly if you work on an easel like I do. Inside, we have got our drills, and oh my goodness, that colour palette is stunning. Oh, blues and purples are my favourite colours. I always used to say blue is my favourite colour, and then in recent years I'm like, purple's up there too. But regardless, we've got a fair bit of both in this one. There's some darker colours as well, but I would say on the whole it's quite a light and bright colour palette, isn't it? What a gorgeous array of colours. I'm going to go through all of these in a moment, but first of all, let's take a little peek at the canvas. So the quickest way to get your canvas flat is to roll it back on itself like this, which works for any poured glue canvas, and the majority of shops are using poured glue now, but I believe Diamond Art Club was one of the first. It's much more forgiving, whereas other kinds of glue could be ruined by this. Okay. And let me try and find a good spot to show you. So you can just about see against this background here. Actually, you really can't, Kat. Find a better place. Maybe you can see there is a grey dotted line running through that. That is marking out where there is a perforation in the cover, because this whole cover is pre-sectioned with perforated lines to help you break up the canvas into more manageable chunks. You can, of course, if you prefer, still use release paper or put washi tape over the top, whatever you prefer to use for sectioning, but you just got another option with these 10 by 10 centimetre square sections. Now, let's take a peek. Goodness me, it's a stunner. Now, unsurprisingly, I'm seeing a lot of confetti. Let me pull you out a little more. That's about as far as I can go, I think. So confetti in diamond painting means basically that you're going to be changing the colour of drill in your tray very often, because there's not any big blocks of one colour. Colour blocking is the opposite of that, and we do have some of that in this painting because we have that lovely blue sky up there, quite a big chunk of it, and a tiny bit there underneath in the sun, but all of the rest of the painting is confetti central. And what confetti means is often that it's going to be a bit slower going. You are going to have to be changing those drills in and out very frequently. But confetti provides detail and depth to a painting and really helps to bring the artist's vision to life. And as I said before, I think us landscape fans, we're used to it. We accept it. It comes with the territory. So I don't think anyone is likely to be too put off by it with this canvas, because if you're watching the sneak peek, this is probably your style of art. But yeah, no two ways about it. This is hella confetti. You have all of these plants and flowers down at the bottom here, and then up on the sides as well. Actually, that side isn't quite as intense, but this side over here is still very intense confetti. And these rocks, but oh, doesn't it look pretty? I'm filming this before the preview for this kit has come out, so I haven't seen the kind of computer generated render picture that they release yet. And that's always really helpful, because when you're looking at the canvas, you know, you're seeing the symbols as well, and it's a little harder to see how it will come together. But I feel like even with the symbols there, you can see that this is going to be a really beautiful render. You know, the colours are just stunning, aren't they? Wowza. What an absolute beauty. Okay, right, I'm going to stop gushing over it. I promise. And I am going to come back in a little moment with the drills. I'm going to go through the drills one by one so that those who want to can see all of the colours of drills that are going into this kit. If that's not your jam, feel free to skip ahead to the next thing I'm going to do, which is going to be to pan over the canvas so that you can look at it all a little more up close. And then after that, I will come back and look for where the special drills go. So, back in a moment. What a lot of stunning colours. Okay, first up I have what I think is the strip with the biggest bags of drills. So let's see what we've got here. Starting off with 3752, then 2 bags of 936, 3860, 826, 839, 2 bags of 935, 898, 2 bags of 336, 2 bags of 823, 2 bags of 934, and what's that, 3, 4, 5 bags of 996. So this must be the colour that's up in the sky. So yeah, that's just such a beautiful, vibrant colour for the sky, isn't it? The next strip has 209, 154, no, 152 cat. It would help if I could read the numbers. 3051, there are 2 bags. And right next to that is our first fairy dust. Now, it's always a little tricky to see these through the packaging, but hopefully you can just get a little glimpse of that special coating, particularly in comparison to this very similar colour here that has the shiny drill effect, but doesn't have that extra little bit of glitter. And then we actually have another fairy dust here, Z800, and that's probably a bit easier to see the glitter on there. Then we've got 471, 798, 2 bags of 939, 2 bags of 3012, 791, 208, 3756, 312, 2 bags of 813, 803 and 3837. Next up is the third and final fairy dust. So this is Z743, 436, 738, 734, 437, 977, 3858, 3859. And here's the first AB, AB554, and what a beautiful shade of AB that is. I love how sometimes the toppings have a slight contrast with the drill base, but in this case they're quite a close match, and it's just an absolutely heavenly shade of, I don't know, what would you call that? Not lavender, like a violet maybe. I don't know. I'm not good with my colours. Let me know what you think. 3821, 801, 3861, 156, 310, AB945 is our next special drill, a gorgeous peachy colour there. Loving the colours of these ABs. 3371, 3807, 938, 550 and 6014 at the end there. Next strip, we've got 815, 3823, 912, 3854, 970, 758, 3771, 3864, 318, and our final special drill, AB954, which again is a gorgeous shade. Then we've got 963, 915, 718, 316, 223, 3608, 742, 605, 744, and 951. And the last strip of drills, which is a bit of a smaller one, has 322, 500, 154, 501, 6030, 435, 3607, 434, and 502. Honestly, I say this a lot because I'm kind of always blown away when I look at a new diamond painting, but I think this is one of my favourite colour palettes that I've looked at in a long time. All the blues and the purples are just me to a T, and then the colours of the special drills in this kit are just, you know, chef's kiss. I'm looking forward to seeing where those go. Okay, I'm going to try and pan over this now so you can have a look at it, and then I'll come back and figure out where those specials do in fact go. Right, here we go. So first of all, the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous purple AB. That is a tick sign, and I'm guessing it's going to be down amongst these flowers, and that is correct. I see it in all of these patches of purple flowers, pretty much anyway. There are a few of those, and that's like a really common way that ABs are used, is to highlight flowers, and just, you can never go wrong with ABs in flowers, right? Don't think there's any purple anywhere else really in the painting, so it's just going to be there, but there are a lot of them. And then the peach AB. Now, where might that one be? Oh, that is actually in amongst the flowers as well. So there's various spots here where I see just a little bit of that poking through. So we're going to have two shades of ABs going through a lot of the flowers. There's not any big patches of it. I just see, you know, a few of it here, a few of it there. But with that one, I do also see a little bit up here on those bits of rocks, and then also over here. So you're getting that effect of the sunlight of the sunset, I assume, or is it sunrise? I'm not sure. Maybe it's sunrise with the colours in that sky. But anyway, whatever it is, that light coming onto the rocks is just really pretty, and that's going to have that AB effect. And then there was just a small amount, wasn't there, of that green AB. I see that here in this little patch of waves, and then a tiny bit there as well. So yeah, another really classic use of ABs, really. Sunlight on water, gonna be gorgeous. And I don't think I see that sort of shade of green anywhere else, so I expect that that's it for that one, but it was quite a small bag, so that makes sense. Now, the fairy dust bags, they came in much bigger bags. So that kind of dark khaki green one, first of all, has a P symbol. Where am I going to find that? So I see some of that over here. I think it's going to be, yeah, it's basically all through these flowers. There are quite a few patches of it around here, and I'm guessing it's, my eyes are struggling to actually pick it out from the background, but when I look really closely, I do see it running through all of these areas, the sort of the green fronds of plant. Yeah, and going up to the side there. So I think there's quite a lot of that one buried in amongst there. And then we've got that orangey yellow fairy dust, and that I'm going to look straight away at the sun, and yes, unsurprisingly, it is there. It's also in these patches here where there's, you know, a real light effect on these rocks. And I see a little bit up here on this little bit of rocks. There's some there and there. A tiny bit over on the opposing side as well. And then also a few, because there are a few yellowy bits in amongst the flowers actually that I'm noticing, and those have that. So yeah, all of the plant areas are heavily what's the word? Dressed up with special drills. And then lastly, that blue fairy dust. It's like that sort of fishbone arrow effect. Is that in the water? Yes, here is some of it. And here, and here. And quite a bit over there where you've got like a wave crashing against the rocks. So yeah, that's used quite heavily, I believe, in the water. I don't see that shade of blue anywhere else, but I think there is quite a lot of it in the water. Okay, so yeah, quite sort of, what's the word? Like kind of the places where I would have expected the special drills to be is where they are. But that's because they all really make sense as uses of special drills. So yeah, wow, I think this one is going to look absolutely stunning when it's done. I just wish I had the wall space to hang this next to the other one that I was mentioning, the one from the mystery box, because I just really feel that they go well together. I might have to alternate them if I ever get to that point. I don't hang a lot of paintings on my wall, so it's high praise from me when I talk about potentially hanging a painting on the wall. But yeah, this is one I'm going to really enjoy working on. High confetti pieces like this, my personal top tip, isn't going to work for everyone, but it definitely works for me, is to pretty much always, if it's a high confetti piece, approach it like it's going to be a long-term project. Because I personally find that I really enjoy high confetti for short bursts, and then I need a little bit of a break. So I'm a fan of having multiple whips on the go to suit my feels at any given time, you know. I'll feel like working on the confetti one for a bit, then I might feel a touch of burnout coming on from the confetti. I'll pack it away, I'll come back to it at another time, and that way I'm able to complete high confetti projects that I might feel a little too daunted by otherwise. So this is probably in that category for me. If you're more of a single placer, maybe you're not as worried about it. But yeah, for me, this will be a labour of love over a longish period of time. And it will be so worth it because it is stunning. I don't know how many times I can say it's stunning, but I think you get the gist. It's stunning, guys. Okay. So that is it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this beautiful piece with me. I'll just repeat those release times for you in case you missed them earlier. So it's 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time for early access, and half an hour later for general release. And if you're ever trying to buy a painting in early access and it sells out, and it's always very hard to predict which paintings will sell out, so you just never know, always best to shop as soon as possible if you're particularly keen to get a kit. But if you check back again at general release, there will be more stock for you then. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please consider dropping a like on the video. It really helps to show support. If you are not yet subscribed, I would love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.